say, for example, we start with number 1, x squared minus 74, all being divided by x minus 8. So I have a binomial being divided by a binomial. I can do this problem either using long division or synthetic division. So I can use synthetic because the number on the variable in the denominator is a 1. What I have to do though is take into account that this problem is missing the x term, and when I set it up for synthetic, I need to place a 0 as a placeholder for the linear term x. So remember to set this up for synthetic. You take the opposite of whatever is being added or subtracted to your x. So in this case, x is being subtracted by 8. So in my box for synthetic, we're going to put a positive 8. Then we are going to write down the coefficients of every term. The coefficients of the terms are the numbers in the problem. So that is a 1, a 0, and a negative 74. In synthetic, step 1 is to always multiply straight down with that first number. So we're going to bring the 1 straight down, and then we multiply and add. Multiply and add until we get to our final number. 8 times 1 is 8. 0 plus 8 is 8. 8 times 8 is 64. That gives a remainder of negative 10. My final answer in synthetic, these represent the coefficients of the new answer. So this becomes x, because we take 1 away from here, because you're dividing them, plus 8 minus the remainder over the original divisor. On Monday, we learned long division. Long division is a method in which you can only divide polynomials who have numbers in front of their divisors. So for example, 2p squared plus 7p minus 39 being divided by 2p minus 7. You cannot do this problem using synthetic. This is not a valid problem for synthetic because we have a 2 on my divisor's coefficient. So let's set up and review long division. So as you work through your long division problem, you say, what do I have to multiply the first term outside by to get the first term inside? So both already have 2's, both already have a p, so that means that I need a single variable p to get it to p squared. So 2p times p is 2p squared. P times negative 7 is negative 7p. But the rule is that we subtract what we multiplied, so we change the signs. 2p squared minus 2p squared is 0. The first terms when you're multiplying should always cancel out. 7 plus 7 gives 14. And we bring down the next term, which is negative 39. And then we repeat the process. What do I have to multiply 2p? What do I have to multiply 2p by to get 14p? Well, I already have the variable, so all I need is the number. So 2 times 7 will get me to the 14. So I need a 7. 7 times 2 is 14. And then the p, 7 times 7 is negative 49. But again, I have to change my signs. So the negative 14p and positive 14p cancel. 49 minus 39 is positive 10. For this one, I take my remainder and rewrite it over the divisor in the top of the problem. All right, so what is goofy about that problem? It is not in what? Okay. Yeah, it's not in descending degree. So they set you up to make a mistake, right? Because they have k camped here, and then they go to k, but k squared's hanging out over there. So we have to set the problem up so that the degrees go down. So it's really k cubed minus 4k squared minus 30k minus 18. And what are they doing here that's goofy? The 3 is in front of the k. So we have a tendency to always put variable then number. So then what you would do is look at the problem and say, okay, synthetic or long. Remember, long division's like quadratic formula. It always works. So if you like long division, unless I tell you on the problem you have to do synthetic, which I will tell you you have to do for Friday's quiz, 2 long and 2 synthetic, then you get to choose. What method would you choose? Can I even do synthetic? Yeah. So if you can do synthetic, synthetic is the easier choice. So you can put your negative 3 in your block. 1, negative 4, negative 30, negative 18. Always, always, always bring down the 1 or the 2 or whatever. Go ahead. Because they set you up to make you think you need the 0, which is why I picked that problem. So you bring down the 1, and then we just start multiplying and adding. So those numbers need to have meaning applied to them. The meaning comes by adding back the variable. So this started as a cube, which means this becomes a square. So you have 1k squared minus 7k minus 9. That means that 9 is my remainder, and it goes over the divisor. You could write it as 3 plus k or k plus 3. Both are perfectly correct and perfectly fine. Do we want to do one more long division? Or are you confident that you can do these and I can give you your homework? Who needs another long division? Who's like, I'm totally ready, just give me my homework. It's like I'm not awake. Alright, I have like, no, 4 answers. So one more ups and downs. Let's do one more. We always got one. Alright. Those are K's. Because there's a number on the K, you have to do long division. Pick one with a little bit bigger numbers. What do you have to multiply that by to get to 50? 10. K times k squared gets me k cubed. So we have 50 k cubed minus, remember you have to also multiply by the 4, 40k squared. Change it to a minus and a positive. Combine like terms. 50 minus 50 is 0. 10 plus 40 becomes 50. Bring down to 35. What do I have to multiply 5 by to get to 50? Well, we already decided it was a 10. But now I only need k squared, so I only need a k. Change my signs. I get 0. 35 subtracted from 40 is 5. Bring down my 7. What do you multiply 5k by to get 5k? 1. We get a remainder of -3. That comes back up top.